Tech Priest Enoch, what did you call me in here for?
Well, you know how earlier you said you wanted to make an Adeptus Custodes conversion?
Yes, what of it?
Well, I've done it. I've finally done it, Commissar.
What have you done?
I have created a female Custodes.
Oh. Why?
Because.
Because what?
Because I want a big muscle mama to sit on my face and crush it between her thighs.
Ah. Well, why not just do that with a male Custodes?
Are you kidding? I don't want another man's beanbag up in my grill.
To each their own, I suppose. So, did you create two?
No, just the one. For now.
So, which one is the female Custodes?
Well, that's the thing, Commissar. They're so similar in appearance and stature, it's almost impossible to tell which one is which.
Yes, well, back to the original question. Which one is the female Custodes?
Well, it's the one on the right. The left. Yes, left. I'm almost certain of it.
Good luck rolling those dice. I'm going to go and start the episode now and have fun. Cheerio.
Okay, Muscle Mama, it's time. Oh, wait, no, no, ooh.
The name's Commissar, Gentleman Commissar. And in today's episode of the Imperium Imaginarium, we'll be taking a look at the latest schism going on in the Warhammer community. I speak, of course, of the Adeptus Custodes, now including women. But don't worry, it won't all be doom and gloom in this episode, as we'll also be making our very own Constantin Valdor. But we won't be using the regular resin kit, oh no. We'll be putting our very own Imperium Imaginarium twist to it, by kit-bashing two kits, one from Stormcast Eternals, and one from the Adeptus Custodes. Stay tuned for that, but before we begin, please, if you could, just like, share, subscribe, send this video out to all of your other fans who like Adeptus Custodes and, in fact, Constantin Valdor, and it will go a long way to helping this channel grow. Oh, look at you doing that right now. You are a fantastic little tea drinker, aren't you? Oh, I do not deserve your patronage. Well, with that little bit of preamble madness out of the way, what do you say we crack on? This was a relatively simple build, using Trajaan Valaris and Vastion Carthalos. I took Bastion's lower half, his torso here, and also his legs. I would have to cut off most of the top of it and round it off so I could put the upper torso of Trajaan Valaris on top. Now this is relatively simple, and as you can see here, it came across quite nicely. Here we have the main body, the lion's mane, the cape, and his weapon. Taking a closer look, let's examine some of the other parts we had to do. Sadly, the thigh shields that came with Trajaan Valaris were cut to fit his cape, and therefore were not complete, so I just took a pair from some Valaris Terminators. Now, the green stuff does a lot of heavy lifting, as it made up the lion's share of the mane. After splicing the right shoulder to the cape, I noticed that there was a large space between the left shoulder pad and the rest of the cape. So this is why I decided to fill it out with the lion's mane, and it works beautifully. I then took this little birdie from a Hand of the Archon set and just put him on with a bit of green stuff tubing. But that's enough rambling from me for now. How about we take a look at that reveal video? Enjoy.
Reflections on the water, more than darkness in the depths. See him surface in every shadow. On the wind I feel his breath. Golden eye, I found his weakness. Golden eye, he'll do what I please. Golden eye, sweetness, but a bitter kiss will bring him to his knees. You'll never know how I watched you from the shadows as a child. You'll never know how it feels to get so close and be denied. It's a gold and honey trap for you tonight. Revenge, it's a kiss. This time I won't miss. Now I've got you in my sight. With a golden eye. With a golden eye.
Well, wasn't that something? A lovely bit of Tina Turner to brighten up your day. Now, as I mentioned at the front of the video, I will be talking a little bit about what's going on with the whole female Custodes debacle. So what is there to say that hasn't already been said ad nauseum? Well, I wish to speak about representation. But not representation of women in the Warhammer universe. Oh no, we already have many female characters within the setting, even a few factions dedicated to just lovely ladies. Now, I wish to speak about the representation of us as a whole, the hobby. Now that Amazon have picked up the rights to make their own TV series with Henry Cavill, it seems that more eyes are on the hobby, and thus on us as well. So how would an outsider view us hobbyists? In short, not favorably. What they'll see from a cursory look is a bunch of people arguing about if women are allowed into their little clubhouse, what with many articles and hit pieces written calling people sexist or misogynist or whatever ad hominem they have today. But I don't think this is accurate at all. Judging from what people have said, no one really seems to be against women in the hobby. After all, most of the fans are male, and yet we have the aforementioned Sisters of Battle, and also Sisters of Silence. How could this be? It's some sort of cognitive dissonance to believe that we are all sexist, and yet we adore female presence within the hobby. It's strange. So I believe anybody using this argument is simply trying to shut down any meaningful discord. So if anybody does use this, just ignore them. Now, regarding the whole issue of the female custodian itself, because Games Workshop tell us that there is an unreliable narrator, you don't have to believe it. I mean, you could always headcanon it to being some embellishment from a Sisters of Silence. Who knows? It's up to you. And really, at the end of the day, that's the point, isn't it? Warhammer has transcended beyond just Games Workshop, and now exists within the general zeitgeist of the fandom. So really, you can do whatever you want with your corner of the universe. Want to have female Space Marines? I mean, you can do that if you wish. You just put some heads on it. No one's going to stop you. They're your little plastic toys. Don't want to have female Custodes? Well, you don't have to either. It's entirely up to you. At the end of the day, you make the hobby what you want it to be. And you know what? Let's stop arguing, shall we, and try and have some meaningful conversations. We don't want this to go down the same route as the Star Wars fandom, or even Rings of Power. The setting is very malleable, with many holes for you to fill out yourself. I suppose it probably wasn't the correct verbiage to be talking about filling holes, while at the same time talking about female Custodes. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. And now on to a lighter subject. In the previous episode, we held a competition. For whoever posted a comment with the correct phrase, "Stick the kettle on," you were entered into a prize draw. Well, the name has been drawn, and is appearing on screen right now. If you're this lucky little sausage, then please hit me up, as the kids say, over on Instagram, and I shall go through the details of how to claim your prize. It couldn't be simpler. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of the Imperium Imaginarium. I hope you had fun, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, where we may just be taking a little look at the Age of Sigmar, specifically some Sylvaneth. So hit the bell icon to stay notified of that one, and until then, toodaloo.